Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Trendline Forex here. It is Monday today, and we've got quite a busy week ahead of us. Now, obviously, I've got the economic calendar opened up here on my screen, and as you can see, Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got presidential elections. Now, this is obviously an event that doesn't happen every month or even every year. It happens every 4 years. So we've got quite an interesting week ahead of us. Not only that, but also on Thursday, it's usually Wednesday, but I guess because of the elections this week, on Thursday we've got interest rate decision, by Fed, and with that we've also got Bank of England's interest rate decision coming out the same day, November 7th. Obviously, we've got some more news this week, but these are the major events that we need to pay attention to: the interest rate decision on Thursday, and also the presidential election on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Now, it's very important. You have to decide whether you actually want to trade throughout this week, and especially during elections. I'm expecting a lot of movement, big fluctuations, maybe some fake moves, some rejection wicks here and there. And we're talking about some massive moves, right? And if you're not sure in which direction the trend is currently moving on any of those instruments or any instruments that you're trading, after this week, I believe we're going to have a clear direction, a clear trend for most of those instruments. And I'm trying to say it's going to be probably easier to find decent opportunities to enter long or short after this week. However, if you want to take part and if you want to trade during elections, which again I don't really recommend, but if you are a more aggressive trader or if you like to trade news, I would say it's probably best to decide how much you're willing to lose or how much are you willing to risk for those for that event specifically. And then what you can do is you can open a separate account and trade that amount of money that you're willing to risk on a separate account. This way you're going to help yourself, because if, let's say, unfortunately you lose your money, you're not going to exceed your risk, because if you're trading on your main account, it's easy to say, okay, I've lost that money, but it looks like the trend is now reversing, or my setup is now looking much better, and then you enter again and you lose again. So in order to prevent that, I would say determine the risk that you're willing to to risk on that event or throughout the whole week. Put that in a separate live account and only trade that. Once you have a good setup or a better understanding of what's going on in the market, then you can go back to your main account and start looking for trades with normal risk, right? But what we did in the premium Telegram channel earlier this morning was we looked at the previous elections and what has happened then. So we're talking about the beginning of November in 2020. Okay, so that's when, right here, so that's when Biden won the elections. And to be honest, it was a strong move, but it wasn't quite as large as the one before that when Trump won the elections. Now, right here, this is 4th of November. We're talking about a move of around 160, 170 pips. But what's more important is that price was trading sideways for a long period of time. And right after the elections, we had a trend followed. Okay, so you can clearly see how this type of event can determine the trend on those major instruments. And of course, whichever instrument you're trading, you can go back in time, you can have a look at the beginning of November 2020, and you can see how price reacted and what has happened in the weeks following that event. Now, obviously, price was trading here sideways. It then continued in an uptrend for quite some time. But if we go back to 2016, when Trump actually won the election here, this is the euro dollar again. It's one of the major instruments. So obviously, it's a good instrument to see what kind of reaction we get during elections. But right here, at the beginning of November in 2016, you can see a strong move. And this time, we're talking about a move of around 400 pips, right? Around 390 pips from the top from the highest point of this candle down here to the lowest, but you can see we had a massive rejection wick right here, okay? And then we've got, for the next few days, for the next few weeks actually, and months, we've got price trending to the downside. It eventually reverses, but it takes a long time for price to end this downtrend. Now, this is pretty much what I'm expecting to see, during the event, during the elections tomorrow. Now, the thing is, I'm probably expecting for price to continue higher. Okay. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, especially in the premium channel, but for those of you who have been following this YouTube channel, I've been talking about a potential bottom in the market here on euro dollar for quite some time now, and looking at the daily time frame, it kind of looks like we've formed that bottom already, but for me that's not enough to start looking for long-term buying positions or long opportunities, right? For the most part, it was because I was expecting that, at the beginning of this month we have elections, and so I really wanted to see what's going to happen, what kind of results we're going to get after tomorrow, and then what kind of setup we're going to have. But my bias is that euro dollar will push higher, and basically I'm talking about weak US dollar. We'll see for how long this is going to continue, but once we get a good confirmation that this trend will continue to the upside, I think we're going to be looking for long-term positions, and not only for price to test this previous major high here on the daily time frame, but also I'm going to be looking for targets past this high right here. Okay, so if you look at the 4-hour time frame, this is the lowest point of this last move right here, or basically this downtrend that we see here on the 4-hour time frames. So let's see what's going to happen if, let's say, let me go back to the daily time frame so we can see that slightly better. So let's say if during tomorrow we see price pushing down, but then leaving a, let's say, a rejection wick, it then closes as a bullish candle, this is going to be a good signal that we're potentially going to see price continuing higher. However, if we see price pushing up, leaving some rejection signals to the upside, and it then closes as a strong bearish candle, well, or if that happens anywhere right here with some rejection before that, well, then I'm probably going to be expecting that we may be looking at a downtrend. Okay, now obviously we're then going to be looking for targets at previous lows, and so psychological round numbers. But if I have to be honest, ideally I want to see price first pushing down and then confirming my idea for a long trade here on euro dollar. If something like this happens, then this is going to be a really good trading opportunity, and we can then expect for price to at least retest the previous high at first, and then eventually continue higher as well. Okay, and so if this setup happens, if we get a good confirmation that we're about to see an uptrend continuation here on euro dollar, then that means I'm also going to be looking for trades on pound dollar, where we may have a good setup formed up by this time. Also Aussie dollar, and of course gold as well, where I have a specific zone that I'm looking to enter from. And this zone is shared in our premium Telegram channel. This is where every single day I'm giving you the levels that I'm waiting for price to test in order for me to enter a trade on all those instruments that you see here on my watch list, including of course gold and also the crypto instruments as well. Okay, so if you want to receive those daily video analysis, then make sure to join the premium Telegram channel. Before that, you can join the free Telegram if you haven't already. You can see what kind of value we provide to all of our free members. And of course, I post videos here on YouTube every other day, or at least I try to, but you will get updates, especially on euro dollar, every single day in the free Telegram channel, as well as some other setups every now and then. So make sure to join the free Telegram first. If you like what you see, then you can proceed and join the premium Telegram. You can find all those links in the description below this video. Okay, but that's pretty much what I'm expecting here from euro dollar. Overall, I have a long bias, and it's very important to determine your levels. If let's say price breaks below those lows right here, then I'm going to be looking for selling positions. If we form a higher low and then we break above most recent structure, we get something like this, for example, then I'm going to be looking for long positions only. You have to have an idea as to what's going to happen, and you have to determine your levels, okay? Because then you're trading based on your analysis, not based on what you think is going to happen. And so a lot of traders are going to make that mistake right now with the elections, based on their expectations, what the outcome is going to be from those elections, who's going to be chosen as a president, and so on. That's how they will base their positions, which is completely wrong. You want to have a strict analysis, exact levels that you want to see price retesting, and what kind of reaction you want to see around those levels, and you have to trade based on that, not based on expectations. All right, this is going to help you a lot with your trading, and not just when it comes to elections. Like I said, later on this week we have interest rate decision. Every first Friday of the month we have NFP. Around those news, this is how you should be trading, based on what you see and what the market tells you, not based on what you think is going to happen. Right, so hopefully that helps most of you. Leave a comment below this video. Let me know if you are trading the elections, or if you're gonna stay put and wait for better opportunities. And also let me know what else you want to see in this channel. We've got plenty of videos coming out, and you can check out my most recent videos, not just analysis, but also some trading strategies and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and check out the links below the video. Join our free Telegram, and we've also got a completely free trading course on our website. You can have a look at that as well. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very helpful. Even for those of you who have been trading for a while, we tend to forget the basics of Forex and focus on more advanced strategies, but never forget the basics. They still work. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this one, and if you are trading euro dollar yourself. All right, see you later.